Hello and welcome to Dire Bear. It's Tuesday night, so of course that means we're playing Valley of Night River City, our Vampire 5th Edition actual play. I'll be your storyteller for the evening, Jason, and with me as usual will be Sarah playing Emma, Jeremy playing a GDO, Eric playing Kyle, and Duba playing Walter. Alright, so we left off with a bit of excitement last week.
Mid-combat, let's go.
Right, alright, so does everybody remember where we're at?
Unfortunately,
Egidio
yes.
just staved off Trek, thanks to Emma.
So really Emma staved it off.
Popped up.
Right. You heard two particular roars.
And Kyle added a third.
So would yours be a roar or a howl?
Yeah.
Aggressive noise.
Probably more of a roar at this point.
And yes, out of the front door or through the front glass, I forget which. Came one of those large, kind of bloated, vaguely humanoid forms that y'all have seen before. Let's see, you've had a couple of people banning you.
We had one, I believe.
That's right, it was just the one that actually ran away. Some of the rest of them froze for a second. You know there's some fighting going on the other side of the building. Like I said, you heard another one of those roars.
Yep.
A GDO had ran up close to the door. Had run back a little bit with the fear thing before Emma calmed him. So a GDO is probably the closest to the creature.
Yeah. Past it going to melee, I'm going first because I'm shooting it.
I was saying, I know Kyle's immediately abandoning his combat and diving for it.
That's right, because you were fighting the knife wielding.
Yep. And even though he's not dead, this is the bigger threat, and he is immediately abandoning this fight and attacking that great unclean one, as it were.
No idea what you could be referring to. Where that name could be coming from.
Yeah.
I know him only as Buttermilk Bob.
Buttermilk. I mean, fair.
Because I have nothing to do with Warhammer, but I watch videos of people criticizing it. I don't know why.
Whereas me over here, I love Warhammer. I play it all the time.
I think the tower neat, that's about it. Alright.
Hey, Jason, heads up. We're fairly quiet in the stream. We were loud with the music, but quiet with the voices.
Do I seem to be about level with the rest of you?
1 second. Yeah. I was waiting for the delay, because...
Yeah. That's going to be the best we can go then, because I've got y'all as high as I can get you. Have got to figure out what's going on with that.
And with it cranked, it's audible, but just a heads up.
Alright, so yes. So it has come crashing through. It is focused on a GDO just because he's the closest.
The feeling is mutual.
So it is going to charge a GDO. Let me bring up its stats. Alright, so Gio, you said you're shooting it as it's charging at you?
I'm absolutely firing at this thing.
Okay.
Oh, that's not good at all. I'm gonna re-roll that. Okay, I
I'm
just
sure it's
eat
fine.
shit. I didn't get any zeros, so there's that. But I didn't get any successes either, so
Joy. Alright, then. He is going to run up and take a bite out of you.
Yep.
Because
A
that's
bite?
kind of what they do. This thing has no hunger dice.
Gluttony.
Could be.
Given that model you showed us, that's what I'd assume.
Alright, so.
am I still able to like dodge roll out of the way when it comes up when it tries to bite?
You were trying to shoot it, man. You were
Yeah,
locked
that's
down.
Yeah, that's fine.
Alright. So.
Why I ask?
Come on, where's your brawl? One, two, three. You got 4 successes. Does his bite do aggravated? No. But it does do non-halved. So it does 7 superficial to you.
Okay.
So y'all see it run up and kind of grab it at Gidio and just clamp down on his shoulder.
I'm at 2 ag. Great.
This is fine. Sure.
Yeah, it's absolutely fine.
You hear him go, ow!
All right, who's next?
I'll die for it.
All right.
Sure.
The floor and the large meaty target is yours.
Get okay. Okay. That is. For fuck's sake.
What'd you get?
Fit.
7 successes with a messy critical.
It's gonna go great, guys. We're gonna have a fun time tonight.
I don't know
One
why
of us
my
is gonna
dice
have a fun
love
time tonight.
these, but they do. No ones though, so there is that.
All right, so a messy critical.
Mm-hmm.
Do I have a cheat sheet for those? Because I always like to look at the list, even though I've got an idea for this one. Ah, yes, messy critical. List your photos. I'm gonna go with failed test. That just seems to be the easiest.
Okay.
Basically, you spring on it and you go to bite it, and your beast just touching it. Your beast just rebels against the ideal of clamping down this thing.
This meat is rancid.
Okay.
So you kind of dive at him and then just kind of jerk back, kind of shaking your head. Emma, what are you doing?
We're gonna try something crazy.
Okay.
You said this thing has stats, correct?
It has stats.
Alright, we're gonna try compel.
Okay.
That is a dice contest. It would be her charisma and dominate versus the creature's intelligence plus resolve.
Okay. You said the creature's what now?
Intelligence plus resolve.
Alright.
I'll throw it in the thing real quick. No, that wasn't to roll it. I just want to display the details. There we go, because it's a free one.
Alright. Now, does that require eye contact or anything?
Let me double
Well, you
check.
gotta walk up and you gotta walk up close enough to give it a command at the very least. So
Yeah, she would move in, but it doesn't say
for-
anything about eye contact.
Dominate powers at the beginning of the thing. Dominate powers do require eye contact.
Well, hell.
Unless
least-
you have the amalgam with presence, that lets you do it just by voice.
okay. I mean,
Yeah.
it's got eyes. This is not me saying the power won't work. I'm just that you have to get up, pretty close to it. It's all.
Yeah.
All I was
Gotta
concerning myself with.
make a connection.
Chomping down right now on somebody. It's a little preoccupied.
Huh?
We'll give it a shot.
Hey you! Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fine. All right, give me a roll.
This is gonna go well. I did not check how much charisma she had first.
Yeah, he only got 3 successes, so he didn't do too well.
Well, me not checking might bite me in the butt because it's all hunger dice, baby.
She successfully compels him to what? To hand her a GDO because she's hungry.
3, none of them are critical.
That's no fun.
Hey,
I'm sure my dice will let me have fun later.
Jason, you've been having enough fun with me.
This is true.
Let's be
Spread the
real.
fun around.
I've been hogging almost all of the fun, actually, with my dice.
You kind of it's kind of easy for you right now when you have like 4 when you're at 4 hunger.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And my dice do seem to love the chaos involved.
She's just gonna say drop him.
It drops him.
Fantastic.
Jill actually is on his back right now.
And she'll pull out her gun, but she's already done an action, so I'm assuming she cannot fire.
Walter, what are you doing?
That is a good question.
Grenade launcher.
Would Walter striking him affect the compel in any way? Or no?
It's already
No.
did what the compel said.
Yeah, the
so-
compel was just a drop of GDO, so he's dropped a GDO. The creature's just standing there, empty-handed now. Vampiric Vita dripping off of his chin.
Yep.
Well, chins.
Chins.
Ghost chin.
Well, we can try to, have some fun with some sock and boppers and see what happens.
Okay.
More fun than a pillow fight.
Dorito versus baked potato. I don't know.
Blow 'em up and put your hands inside.
yeah.
Yes, I do remember.
Yeah.
All right. RNG tells me what?
3 successes. So that is 3 damage. Do you have potence?
I did add it in. There. Or does that just stack on top of the 3?
I think.
That's the damage, I believe.
Yeah, potence does add the damage, I think.
Did you have
Yeah,
one
it's
where?
equal to your potence rating.
Isn't there one where it makes melee?
Prowess,
activated?
yes.
Oh, prowess. Okay.
Yes, and I had it. I
Well, that makes
activated
it, but that makes it aggravated against mortals, I believe.
No, he
That's
has.
lethal body.
That's lethal body. He has prowess, which adds his potence
Yeah.
rating to
that.
as additional dice. To
Oh, to-
brawl
okay,
and
okay,
unarmed
okay.
attacks
Gotcha.
for brawl and melee.
It was not the
No, it didn't add any extra damage. It just gave me 2 extra dice.
just
Part
extra
of
die,
it
which
is-
is potential damage. But
Yeah.
okay.
Damage value. It's right there.
Oh yeah, you're right. I didn't read down far enough. Alright, so that's 3, and what is your potence rating?
2.
Alright, so that's 5.
Woo!
Let's see. Okay. Alright, so you're all engaged with this one.
Oh shit, there's a second one?
Oh yeah.
Oh no!
Let me roll. A couple of August's men have guns out and are shooting at it.
Have the other guys shown up yet?
Maddox's
They
people?
said- yeah, they said they were about 4 minutes out, beginning of fight.
And the fight's been what, 30 seconds?
No.
Isn't that D&D?
They're not here quite yet.
Okay.
But
Dramatically appropriate. Yeah,
They come in on white horses like Gandalf.
yeah.
Look to my coming at the... I can't remember the line now.
now, GDO, or Jeremy,
Yes.
refresh my memory. Sammy was with y'all, right? Or did he go with the gangrel
Yes.
guy around back?
I guess it's up to Sammy, but I wouldn't have told him one way or the other. I assume he would be with the stealthier people.
Yeah, I just could not remember for sure if I'd had him with y'all. But I don't remember him doing
He was
anything.
for sure
in
in
the
the
first
house
part of the fight.
when we were scouting stuff out.
Mm.
We
Yeah.
passed him a
And-
gun.
He hasn't been rolling anything for the combat, if that matters.
Yeah.
Okay, in that case, he was around back then. Okay, good.
Yep.
You hear sounds of the fighting in the back. You hear that other creature roar again. You know, this one sounds like a roar of pain, so maybe somebody's accomplishing something back there.
Glad someone is.
You also hear some profanity.
Yeah, no, yeah.
Somebody back there says, or several people back there. Exclamations of surprise.
4-lettered
What
ones,
the fuck
probably.
is this?
Yes. All right. Next up, Emma, you can hear some cars coming up behind you. Not like right behind you. I mean, like down the road a little bit.
Thank God. She's not gonna say anything. She doesn't know how fast they're out or how far they're out. It's a really long 4 minutes, but she's gonna take a shot at the thing in front of her.
Okay. So any of you that are taking ranged attacks on it, go ahead and give me your rolls.
Because they got nothing better to do, I'm just gonna blood surge. 'Cause I'm like right up under it, so just gonna. I'm good. Add 2 more dice.
Two more dice for this roll.
Let's go. That's better. 2, 4, 6 successes.
Okay.
No, I'm gonna. 8 successes. I spent the willpower to re-roll it.
So I got a 4, but I need to know if the roll succeeds.
What were you doing?
Taking a shot at it.
Okay. All right. Well, it is going to try to. It's trying to move past everybody to get to Emma.
Can I interfere?
hard.
Yes.
Since I am currently on it at the moment.
Yeah,
Also, you got the
basically,
hammer from like 2 feet under it.
basically anybody that gets into a melee fight with it, successes you get against it are going to chip away at its successes to try to hit Emma. Is how we're going to do that.
Oh, so that's
So yeah, I just realized I've been misreading prowess. Does that adds to the damage if successful or additional dice?
it adds to damage. I remember we looked at this because we were doing the errata with blackjack, where specifically it adds the damage, not the
Not the
Not the roll.
dice pool. Okay. So I've been using 2 additional dice then. I didn't need to. I thought it's additional dice and not just adds damage.
Okay.
So
note of it going forward, etc., etc.
yeah. 3. So yeah, I would only have 7 dice then in brawl for this because
Only 7.
I mean
I
that
got
makes the
success on-
greater majority of my dice as hunger dice right now. So keep in mind.
Yeah.
Please join the club.
Oh, for the love of God. Okay. That's 5 successes.
Okay, well, that's good.
It's a little messy.
No, actually, only 1 10 just on the hunger dice.
Okay.
The rest, 3 other 4 were successes. So that's 5 total. And if that succeeds, that's an additional 5 damage
Okay.
added onto it.
So that is, he had 4 successes. So that gives you basically 1 extra success plus the 5.
Yes, that's 6, and that's unhalved because of feral weapons.
Mm-hmm. Alright, so you tear into it pretty good. It looks like it's barely maintaining cohesion.
Mm-hmm.
That's a mood.
Like its shape is becoming unstable.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I meant to have the shooters go first. So.
Yep.
Shooters, go ahead and take your shots. Oh,
Yeah.
Already did. I got a success on all my dice.
how many dice did you have?
8.
You got a success on all of them?
No 10s.
Alrighty.
I burned a willpower to get a success on all of them.
So that willpower works.
I got a 4, but I need to know if that beats his, because if not...
Yes.
Okay.
Well, Ty's going
Then
to
we're
player, so.
You got a 1, didn't you?
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, I would have screwed you over. Your gun would have jammed or something. Or where he failed to bite you, he'd have bitten your gun or something. Who knows? Alright. So the last couple of shots seemed to, whatever was continuing to hold it together, that little bit of extra damage, it just sort of falls apart. Like,
Still gun pointed up like this.
imagine you had a creature made of oobleck.
Yep.
Ugh. Fantastic.
It seemed solid while you were fighting it. It's falling apart in solid-looking chunks, but when it hits the ground, it just starts spreading out around the ground.
Non-Newtonian monsters.
Ow.
Emma just kind of sticks out a hand and let's get up.
That melee vampire that we were fighting against.
Oh, he should have done something last round, yeah. Oh, well, we'll say he ran over and knifed one of Augustus' men.
Okay.
Went over and just shipped a guy.
Just so we don't have to retcon anything involving the
Yeah,
player.
yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so that is... Everybody except Walter is gone. So is a figure steps out of the door. with a ball of black fire in his hand.
Oh no.
Walter, you can tell he's clearly about to throw it. Throw it at somebody in y'all's group, in your group, because y'all were clustered right around where the creature was.
Mhm.
So what are you doing, Walter?
What do I need to do to shoulder tackle this SOB back through the door?
That would be, I guess, strength and brawl. I'm going to give you a 1 dice penalty because you've got a little bit of ground to cover. It's not so much you can't cover it, but you're trying to get to him before he does that, so you do that
That's
slight
100%.
penalty there.
Hey, that's 100% fair. I'll take it. Brawl, strength, bam.
Let's see, what does he...
Unfortunately, that is only 2 successes because of the dice penalty.
All right. Yeah,
You guys
just
select
one.
the dice, not from the successes. Or
Oh.
am I reading that wrong?
No, it's you roll with 1 less dice. You
Yeah.
don't count the
That was
success.
all he had to do was roll with 1 less dice.
Oh, because I just went through the thing tapping, that it gave me 3
when you go-
successes total.
When you go to modifiers, you can just hit -1.
No, fair enough. Oh, we gotta say 3 or 2. Whichever one
yes.
you prefer.
Dexterity Oblivion, that's what it was.
I didn't think to hit the modifier to subtract 1.
All right, so he got 3. No, excuse me, he got 4.
Fail either way.
All right. So I'm going to say you tackle him just fine, but not before he gets his shot off. He was throwing it at Kyle. Well, let's see. I'm thinking he'd throw it at the biggest visible threat. But I mean, Kyle's clawed out, but the Dorito is actually coming at him. So you know what? Never mind. He was throwing it at Walter. So in that case, it's 3 minus a success. So he got 1 success. Let me make his rouse check.
He's Kool-Aid Man.
He does get hungrier. Let's see. Black Flame inflicts 1 level aggravated damage per rouse check spent.
Oh, that means he can just keep rolling rouse checks.
Until he fails enough.
The flames stay for 1 turn, but the volley may prolong the duration by spending additional rouse check.
I see.
So
So it's
he only does
It's a more.
so it's 1 aggravated to Walter because he only had the
Alright.
one. He only had the 1 success. He only rolled 1 rouse check. So. The flame stays for 1 turn is something that I had missed previously. Some of you suckers should have still been on fire. Oh well. But it does it does trigger a
Roy Shrek.
Roy
Yep.
And that is my what now?
frenzy provocation,
But
terror frenzy, being burned. Only a difficulty 2.
Okay.
Ow.
Cat, can you please go somewhere else right now?
No.
Is that strictly the Dorito because he's like walling it off of us because he's so big?
Well, he dropped his shoulder and charged the guy, so that's why the guy picked him.
Right.
So basically,
But I'm saying as
yes.
far as a rushing test, is it just Walter?
Yes. It's far enough away from y'all that you may be uneasy, but it's not triggering anything. Now, if Walter bursts into flame and goes running past you, yeah, there may be more checks.
anyway,
Sure.
Josh, what is your humanity right now?
7.
7? Okay, so
Yep.
you'd get 2 extra dice. What's your max willpower? Or what's
Yeah.
your current willpower?
Yeah, it's current.
Unspent.
Your unspent willpower.
5.
So you roll with 7 dice. And you need 2 successes.
Okay.
Actually, oh wait, no. There's a button right down there at the bottom.
Yeah, you're using the thing, so you
Just
can
the
just
frenzy. Yeah.
Okay. Down at the bottom. So just hit this frenzy button.
Yep.
Yeah. You just need to mark off that willpower you used, so it calculates.
Willpower 5. Yep. Humanity. It is giving me 5 for the humanity.
Let me look at
Eh,
the sheet.
What do you have your humanity set as?
7. Down at the bottom. Next to hunger. It's 7 colored in dots. But it's giving me 5, so I'm like, should I just mark that
Oh.
as a 2?
Because it does
No.
a third of your humanity.
Yeah, input value. So let me modifier 0. So yeah, so you just put in what your current humanity is. It just it's defaulting to 5. Put in 7.
Okay. And no modifiers. Roll.
That's a
hell is
critical
this?
win.
Wow.
Yeah, you're good.
That means you actually don't lose your action.
Yeah, that would actually be like 8 successes.
Woo!
You're on fire, and
5,
you just
7,
don't
8,
care.
What a badass.
Well, Walter noticing someone about to yeet fire into where his friends are, is just like, no, I am the wall, and you're about to meet it. Yeet!
Flamin' hot Doritos.
So you get your fireball to the face, which stops your charge, but you just sort of shake it off, while your shoulders are like still on fire. If you have any hair, it's on fire.
You haven't noticed yet?
I've been uglier, it's fine.
Also been better looking.
Yeah. It's like I'm a nos. It's fine.
Like, wait, a burn scar? That's fine. My entire body's a scar.
Just adding it to the patina.
Basically.
Alright. And reading over this power again. I don't think I don't think Walter stays on fire for a round. I think the guy's hand stays on fire for an extra round.
Yeah,
so I think
that's-
So he could effectively get 2 shots per rouse check, I think. Or maybe that's him, how many rounds he walks around with it before he throws
or
it.
however many rouse checks that he.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, I
it's-
think he needs to be. I think he needs to be roused. He needs to rouse at the top of the round when he starts it again if he wants to keep it up. Or when it's his turn to,
Mhm.
do shit.
Yeah. I see what you're saying. Alright.
Not that I'm playing a Bali or anything.
No. Also, Duba, since you're right up there at the door, you hear the commotion else, further back in the building. Figure the other crew must have busted in the back door by now. You hear the creature. You hear the creature's roar, but you hear some other kind of growling as well.
Oh, they have gangrels too. Neat.
And then you hear some of your allies basically going, "Which one do we shoot? Or which one do we attack?" Because most of these guys aren't necessarily using guns.
Oh boy.
Which one do we shoot? Yes.
So back to the rest of y'all. The Walter, the Bali in front of you, he's got somewhere else to be.
Through a wall.
Because he looks out there and he sees like one of his buddies that's still out there who ain't looking too good. And he sees the puddles of the larger creature that he sent after you. So he turns around, he's running back further into the building. Kind of tries to slam the door on you, but you're standing in the middle of the doorway. So.
I am the door.
I mean, hey, the guy's trying. He gives him credit.
So what are the rest of you doing?
I think Egidio's fully hiding right now. Just like using
What?
his powers to hide at the
I'm
moment.
just gonna grab some of this melted shadow creature and just cover myself up with him.
Yeah, he makes a mental note to be like, won't let that thing dry up yet. But he will cloak. He will actively start hiding. What I built this guy to do?
Did the cars get any closer? What's the noise on that end?
Yes, they are like pulling up into the parking lot now.
Emma's gonna try and glance and find them and see if it's their guys pulling up, not just random. Oh, shots have been fired.
Make sure it's not the police.
Yeah.
Give me a wits awareness. I mean, it's obviously not police cars. I mean, I give you that for free, of course.
Yeah.
We would have seen sirens, yeah. I got 7 successes to just fucking hide in the shadows.
7 successes just said nope. Okay, I have to have 2. Oh, yeah, well. Oh no, okay, no. Yeah, just regular 4 success. I didn't have enough to make it a messy critical.
Yeah, you think you recognize one of the drivers as one of Maddox's people.
Just gonna do some really loud whistle to kind of draw their attention. Kind of wave them towards where the other folks are, and then start heading where the other folks are.
Okay.
If there's no one in their immediate area to take pot shots at.
The knife guy is still up.
Okay, pot shot at the
He's
knife
over
guy.
there. He's over there knifing one of August's men.
Pot shot at knife.
Who's clearly not the melee fighter that Kyle was. He's going to try to avoid being shot.
I mean, you know.
In fact, retreat seems to be what... Overall, he's just retreating at this point, trying to avoid being hit by anybody.
You guys killed our ace. We're getting the fuck out of here.
Well, it's been fun, guys, but I got
shrugged off
places to be.
fire.
His shoulders are actively burning right now. Oh, wait, no, he's just a nos.
His face is melt. Oh no. 5 successes.
Interesting. He also got 5 successes. Ties go to the player.
Plus
Kapow.
what? You have +4?
I think it's +3.
+3. Oh, yeah.
It's the heavy pistol, isn't it?
No, I'm +3. You're +4.
Oh, then +4.
I seem to remember this conversation from last week.
Yep.
Yeah.
Good, because I didn't.
I'll say the pistol Emma bought, I think, is like a +1 or a +2. The pistol Egidio bought Emma.
So that's a 4.
Yep.
Are you using the
Yeah.
incinerator round? Oh well.
Yes.
Yeah, knife guy goes down then, and he ain't ever getting back up. Zig, but he should have zagged.
We'll always have incendiary. The little pistol will just have standard.
It's like Kyle's he's going through the hole the demon made in the wall.
Okay.
Does he see that Bali guy running?
Well, see, the Bali was in the door. Yeah, that would probably be all he'd see at the moment. There'd probably be walls in the way, because it'd be in an
Order
office.
of operations, Walter gets a lick in first.
If Walter wants to get a lick in first, yeah.
Yeah.
He was the first one addressed.
Alright. So Kyle is running up. Walter is closer to the guy, so... Yeah. Walter, what are you doing?
I mean, he's just gonna live off the hype because piss, he just survived a fireball. Let's go.
I've never felt so alive.
Except, when I was alive. Alright, so is he going after the Bali?
Yeah, no, you need a fire in his face. He's going after you now. He's going after the Bali. So I guess we'll continue doing the brawl strength mechanics.
Alright, well, this guy's going to use his dex and Is it athletics in this one? He's just trying to get gone.
Hey, there's 3 10s in that. They're all 10s.
Jesus Christ.
One, all ones. Anyway,
Successes.
Walter really wants that head.
Okay, so your opponent got 2 successes.
Shame.
You rolled 3 10s. That's a crit. That's 6 successes.
Plus 2 damage from prowess.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, so
6
whatever
minus
damage
the
is
2.
calculated.
So that's 4 plus your prowess, or plus your potence.
Yeah, so total 6.
6 halved is 3.
Yeah, at least we're working with clean numbers.
Yeah. So yeah, you smack him pretty good, but he is still moving.
Just in time. Here comes a giant fist.
Basically.
That's a regular crit, not a messy one.
Okay.
Yay.
we were due one.
6 total.
Alright. So you come running in there. Walter's taking up most of the hallway.
Mm-hmm.
And all I can imagine is Kyle running up. You know, you've seen stuff where they've had, you know, horror stuff or whatever, where they've had people drop down into almost like a running dog pose.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I'm just picturing him doing that kind of up Walter's back. And then off, you know, over top of him and down on this guy.
You parkour.
What did he roll to avoid me?
He had 2 on his, you know,
Ah.
the
So that's 9 damage. Unhalved.
Ow. He goes down.
Feral weapons.
Well, hang on, like, because it'd be 9, because it's unhalved, but it's still...
It's still superficial. But everything that is superficial track can't eat goes into aggravated.
You already had 3 on him. Yeah, he goes down.
And to complete the compulsion for harm, as part of this critical, he's just ripping the body apart and sending blood everywhere to fulfill the harm compulsion.
Fair enough. Walter, you can see Kyle's having a moment. Probably give him some space.
Oh yeah, no, Walter's going to be like, you can have that.
5 foot square. 5 foot square.
Yep. D&D rules.
he ain't doing 5 foot. He's giving him a whole 15. Just like, yeah, you can have that.
So
Stay out of flanking position.
Let me double check harm. Yeah, instead of leaving the incapacitated adversary because he did put him into torpor, the vampire gleefully starts tearing into the unconscious opponent. Yeah.
Alright.
He is ripping the body limb from limb and sending blood and organs everywhere.
Gross.
Alright, outside. Maddox and his men begin piling out of cars.
Yeah, I was heading towards the other folks that were like, who do we shoot? Because, what do you mean, who do we shoot?
Yes. Answer is yes.
Possibly yes. Let's see what happens.
Alright, so you run into the
Yeah.
building. You know, past Walter, past Kyle,
Give it a wide
treating this poor guy like the flying monkey treated the scarecrow.
Okay, this is all discussions for later, okay?
that for
And
now.
you know, this building's got this front little office area, and you open up to like the back. you know, maybe this was a mechanic shop or some kind of storage area. But it was big enough that they parked a bus in it.
It's a charnel house now.
It's a butcher's now.
So stepping back into that big area, open area, you see some of your allies. Some of them are obviously damaged. Egidio was not the only one that got bit by one of these things, apparently. But you see something fighting it. Something large, upright, kind of canine looking.
Well, shit.
You know, fighting it claw, and then in one arm it's got a knife that looks like it's made of bone, maybe.
Okay, fantastic. But it's obviously fighting the thing we're trying to kill as well, so she's just gonna probably be like, kill the Bali summon, and next time her turn comes up, she'll take a shot at the Bali summon.
Okay.
Is it the only thing that's currently being fought right now? Or are there
No,
other...
there are a couple of other Bali that are engaging some of your allies.
I'll say there was that whole bus full, so where are they?
That's a good question. Yeah, she'll be like, take care of the Bali. She'll just generally be like, take care of the Bali first. Do not shoot. Would she know about werewolves? Is that like a known thing?
Your sire would definitely have filled you in on the lupine thing. Like, would you know details of how their society works and all that jazz? No. You don't even know what they call themselves. You know, werewolves don't like vampires, and considering that you have to, with your clan, you have to travel a lot, you would definitely have been warned about the dangers of traveling between cities.
All right. She'll initially be like, don't shoot the lupine. Bali first. Because if it's attacking the Bali summon, yeah, she's all for that right now. And if it looks like it's holding its own.
And you know, as you say that, you see that knife. That knife seems to be cutting into this thing pretty good.
Fantastic. And next time her action comes up to attack, she'll shoot one of the Bali.
Okay. And then Egidio was hiding out in the parking lot.
He's creeping forward. He's just staying 7 successes worth of stealth out of the way.
All right.
He's definitely going much slower than everybody else right now for a variety of reasons, but you know, he's creeping forward to where the action is little by little. So I imagine giving Kyle a wide berth that he will see Kyle ripping someone limb from limb, and then see a lupine and be like, huh. And then just pops a squat for a second. That's really his turn.
I need a moment to collect my thoughts.
All right. So let me see here. Emma, you realize there's not enough Bali back here to account for a busload of people.
Okay.
The ones that are back here, it's 2 or 3 of them that are armed. You know, another one with a knife, a couple of them with guns, one more guy with a ball of fire in his hand.
Is the bus tinted, or can I see that it's empty?
The windows are tinted.
Free action to yell out, where are the bus riders? Or has anyone seen the bus riders?
The canine figure tells you they're not here.
You know what? I'll take the canine figure's word for it. And Pops a shot at the one summoning a fireball.
Okay.
I really need to stop putting my dice away between rolls.
All right. He's trying to shoot one of your allies, so let's see if
I
he
just
can...
have my close combat dice just out.
I have my shoot. I have my shoot and stealth dice just there.
The shooty and the stealthy.
The shooty and the stealthy. The shoot.
Watch entrails go this way, narrowly avoiding Echidio's face.
4?
That beats his 3. So he goes to throw one of his fireballs. You plug him a good one, so his shot goes wild. Let's see, you beat him by 1, so that's 1 plus 4 for your gun, so that's 5 ag. And we're gonna say he's already taken a decent 3-point shot from the gangrel he's fighting. So that would be superficial. So, yep, he's not in good shape at all. Walter, do you continue to watch Kyle? Or are you going to follow him? Or whatever else you want to do?
Well, seeing how things are going, his first thing that comes to mind is, Kyle's good. I'm gonna go follow the healer.
Alright. You step in, you see the scene I described earlier. And you'd heard everything Emma said, so.
Right. Which one needs a beating? And he'll just go attack whichever enemy is closest.
Okay. Closest to you is probably one of the ballies with a gun. It's like shooting at some of your allies.
Just come up, tap on the shoulder. Hi! Whack!
Yep.
Alright, well he will try to avoid being whacked. Or whacked.
Whammo!
4 successes.
2, technically.
No, it's 2.
Yeah, it
And
just counts as 2.
willpower reroll.
Yeah.
Remind me again how we regain willpower.
Start of a
At the
session.
end of the session.
Unless you take aggravated willpower damage, but it's usually like, some particular hinky that does that, not
Okay,
just
so-
rerolls.
So you should have been at. No, never mind.
You would have been full.
Yeah, you would have been full of that frenzy test. So
Oh,
and
yeah.
we're fine.
I think I'm
Okay.
right now.
I don't worry about that. So I'll try to see if I get any more successes. So 5 dice. Yidicus. I see
Right.
what? 2
You can only
more?
roll 3.
Oh, reroll 3 of them.
Yeah.
So there's 2. You got 2 extra successes there.
Well, he rolled 5 extra dice, though.
Yeah.
I'll fix that. Hold on. So
Yep.
3.
Alright, so 1 extra success.
Okay. That was on me.
So that's 3. He got 4. So he managed to avoid taking a lick from you. But all he was doing was dodge. He wasn't trying to turn around and shoot you as you ran up on him. He was getting out of the way.
I mean, fair enough.
Alright, Kyle. Are you still engrossed in your whatever we call this?
I'll leave that up to you as a storyteller. Is he still fulfilling the harm compulsion by ripping this dude apart? Or did he successfully do that with his critical success last combat?
Between the critical, well, let's see. This is the round after that.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So this round you spend shredding the guy. Next round, the compulsion's fulfilled because you have
Story deal.
seriously harmed somebody.
I'll roll with that. So he is.
Alright.
Confetti!
One of August's men runs up the door. Oh, I think the gangrel's lost it. And starts to kind of move past you. On your side, buddy. I'm on your side. And, you're not paying any attention, so he just keeps going.
Yep.
Outside, Maddox is yelling at some of August's men. About the situation, not yelling at them like, screaming, but getting the situation.
Mm-hmm.
And his men are moving towards the building. I mean, they literally saw most of y'all sprint into the building, so that's clearly where the action is.
Yep.
I'm a healer, but
Yeah.
Famous theme.
The GIF didn't pop up, but I know that GIF as soon as I saw the image.
That's just a still image.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Meanwhile, that stray shot the ball Lee threw has caught some stuff on fire over on the side. Oily rags, that sort of thing,
Oh, joy.
Let's see, Walter and Emma are back there. So both of you give me a wits awareness.
one.
What did two skulls mean, or did I just I'm
Nothing.
too entranced by watching the lupine?
The skulls only do anything if you fail the roll.
So I got two
No,
skulls.
Only if it's contested.
Okay.
Or
At least you got one more than me.
or if you got no successes at all.
Yeah.
That's the original one, and then the errata added if it's a contested roll and you fail.
Gotcha.
So I'm assuming Emma has no successes and a skull.
No successes and two skulls.
Alright, that is a bestial failure.
You see everything.
What am I doing on this table?
Alright.
What would the Salubri's clan compulsion be, or would this just be a standard compulsion?
I doubt the Salubri specific one would come into this.
Oh, nope, there it is. Effective empathy. When a Salubri suffers a compulsion, the kindred becomes overwhelmed with empathy for a personal problem that afflicts someone in the scene, seeking to further its resolution. Scale of the problem isn't important. The Salubri understands that sometimes suffering is part of a cumulative situation and not an isolated stimulus. Any action not taken towards mitigating that personal tragedy incurs a 2 dice penalty. The compulsion persists until the sufferer's burden is eased, or a more immediate crisis supersedes it, or the end of the scene.
I'll let you pick out one, boss.
There's a Jadiel bleeding out like 10 feet behind you.
But can't she-
Egidio 7 dice into stealth.
Yeah, that's true. I'm not saying you had to heal him. I'm just saying
Yeah.
that's the most immediate one I could think of.
Let's see, and then random compulsions, hunger, dominance, harm, paranoia, or clan compulsion.
I mean, to be fair, the paranoia will work because, oh god, I'm a delicious
She's
snack to
always-
somebody.
She's always paranoid, though.
That's not a compulsion, that's a state of being.
Yeah, that's just Tuesday for her.
See, there is a 4-dot hunger gangrel in the hall right behind her.
Oh yeah, and she's at
Yeah.
4 hunger, so she knows. I'm very hungry right
Lose an advantage dot. What advantage dots do you have?
now.
I'd assume
Those
it'd
would be the ones that I have like a.
thing.
Would those be the ones that I have like a specialty in?
No,
No, that's your
Sure.
advantage is like some of your perks.
Yeah, like influence or your mask or resources.
Resources, Haven, and Beautiful.
Yeah, I don't see any of those
Suddenly
that'll work.
become uglier.
Big old claw to the face.
I could also just give you an aggravated point of damage.
You can do that too.
Aggravated willpower.
And she's already taken one because she did the obey twice in a night.
Yep.
See, the bottom one is if no one in the troop can come up with a good idea, the hunger increases by 1.
I think I'll take that aggravated willpower. Unless you guys want a hunger frenzy salubri just like flying at stuff. Like
I would
giant
love that.
chihuahua.
I would love that.
I know.
I mean, to
Butterfly
be.
syndrome.
But
Well,
yes,
the bad thing is the closest thing to you is probably Walter.
interestingly, the way this is going to work, and we're going to go with the aggravated willpower damage. Go ahead and put that down.
Yep.
But that also, but it's this happens because you see, it hits this. What in the shadows was like probably a pile of garbage or something, oily rags, whatever. But when they go up, you realize there are like gas cans sitting around there.
Fantastic.
So it's not quite a frenzy,
Panic though.
but you just kind of panic, and all you can think of is this entire building going up, whoosh. I mean, the pile of gas is probably not quite big enough to do that like all at once, man.
No, she doesn't know that. She's only seen Hollywood movies where like one gas can makes the entire building go up.
Right, and gas cans explode, don't just catch on fire.
Yeah. Gas cans are actually dynamite.
Who knew?
Dynamite is actually nukes. All right.
Nukes are actually black holes.
Sometimes black holes forms in one's living room. There's a
All right. And Walter, what did you get on your roll? I forgot after all the excitement with him.
If I'm not mistaken, just a single success.
you need-
Unfortunately, a hunger dice.
You needed 2, so.
Well, there would
So
have been the
there's
2.
too much other stuff
however-
going on for you to notice anything specific. But
There's a lot going on right now. Log of war.
There's a
Log of war.
lot going war.
Oh, this is absolute chaos.
And then Egidio, you were slowly making your way to the building, right? Concealed.
Depending on where, no, he would have been. From my point of view, he would have been like up and like taking a seat like in the building where, like not far from where Kyle's tearing the dude up.
Okay, you're staying in the like little office area where there's chairs.
Yeah. Yeah.
You okay, buddy?
That's where he was last. That's where he was last turn.
Okay.
Just sitting there, just popping a squat for a sec, and then he's like, "Oh, I gotta get up and see what's going on." And that's when he gets up and looks out and sees.
All right, then you step up to more or less where Emma is,
Mhm.
and then all of you, Kyle, this even gets your attention. The whoosh of all that gas starting to go up.
Okay.
Where exactly is it going up?
It's over by the bus
Oh,
in that big back area of this shop.
okay. So
Very explosive
It-
bust.
it's gonna take a bit before it actually gets to the big kaboom, though.
Yeah, but that is a bonfire suddenly starting up.
It is, but it's far enough away that I don't have to go that way.
That's true. You do not have to go that way.
So I think Egidio sees that and is like, I'm not going that way. I'm going this way. Goes the other way past where Kyle's still ripping the dude up.
No, the whoosh of the flame seems to have snapped Kyle out of that.
Square deal.
That, and he spin around doing it, so. There we go. So a bonfire difficulty is +2. Or not +2, the difficulty is 2. So everybody that is in that back room, so like Kyle's kind of in the hallway, close enough to be aware of it, but it's not triggering him.
Yep.
Walter, you've definitely got to roll This is
no
basically the
fire.
same roll you made before. Yeah, this is still the fire thing.
Alright, so frenzy and all that good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, third of humanity and current willpower.
Yeah. Several of your allies are freaking out and running out that back door they busted in.
Fair enough.
The Bali aren't really reacting to it well either.
Oh, look at that again.
What was it on these? You were giving me the tens. I mean,
Walter
I'm not
fears no fire.
8
Walter's
successes.
just like, wait, a fire? Okay. Who's got marshmallows?
He's still a little bit on fire.
Walter, hey, Bali, let's take a closer look.
Get in real close on this fire. I got 4.
You know, I can imagine Walter just like holding it by the skull, like, hey, you see this you've been throwing around? Let me introduce you a little bit better. Whoop! Just you throw him right in.
All right.
Put the fire out with his body just beating away.
Now, Gio, you had
Yeah.
stepped up. You had stepped up where Emma was, correct? Where you could
I
see.
stepped
You know.
up and then whoosh, and then I'm like, okay, that's not where I'm going.
And Judy's like, nah, I'm good, fam. I'm
Nah,
back
he's
away
like,
from that.
nah. Even if he like succumbs to Roy Shrek, he's going the other way. Anyway, like that's already in his plan.
I will be right back.
Okay.
He is very slow moving right now.
I'm more imagining Walter slowly gaining the reputation of fiery Dorito. Just
So,
Spicy hot nacho.
so one of August's men had run in with y'all. He turns around and runs back out.
Yep.
Uh,
Want to do it?
Walter just being like, why is everybody afraid of this? It's actually soothing and warm.
I imagine a scene where Egidio walks up, sees the whoosh, and then just goes back into the office chair he was sitting on. Like, nope.
Egidio and Kyle,
Yes. Hi.
Yes.
give me wits awareness because you're close enough to see in, not close enough that the bonfire necessarily triggered you.
Yep.
Sure. Question: would this involve scent any? It's you mentioned gasoline before, so I figured I'd ask.
I got 2 successes.
I'll say that it does.
Okay, so that's 7 dice for
Right.
me.
You need 3 successes.
Oh, I did not get it then.
I got
Whatever
5.
this one is.
So you're looking in there. You see the creature.
Oh, so I went into the room. Do I need to make a Roystrick test?
No, you're like looking through the door. You've got enough distance that it's not triggering you, as opposed to people in the room.
Gotcha.
And having heard the whoosh before you peeked up, you were kind of already aware there was going to be fire there.
Mentally prepared.
Okay.
So you kind of see the fire back behind. You see the big demon and the lupine,
Mm-hmm.
and you see the lupine knifing the thing, and it looks like it's going down. The creature.
Yeah.
It's the lupine, and something about the lupine that catches your attention.
Okay.
Not that you have a lot of experience with them or anything,
Mm-hmm.
because you've been in Decatur your whole existence. It's not like you've traveled.
Yeah.
But
Well, so his bestial instinct and compulsion is still active because the scene hasn't ended. So.
and this, you're sniffing the air, the scent, something. You're not picking up a wolf-like scent,
Mm-hmm.
and that lupine, that head doesn't look particularly wolf-like. It makes you think more of a coyote.
Oh, sick.
And
New form of
the rumors you've heard made the lupine sound a little bigger than this guy. Not that this guy is small, but
Mm-hmm.
this guy's Walter size, which is a good sized dude, but not these huge monsters that you've heard the lupine are.
Yeah, he's gonna step into the.
And you do notice that the fire is starting to spread, so that's going to be an issue
Yeah.
soon.
Yeah, he's gonna step into the room. Sniffing, looking at the lupines, fangs are bared in a faint snarl as his instincts are still active. It's like, just, where?
Someone catch me up in 10 words or less.
Kyle's pretty sure the lupine is not wolf based but coyote based.
The demon is dead.
Demon is dead.
Fire is
Dead
spreading.
or dying.
Fire is spreading.
Yeah.
Polly fled.
Everybody is pretty much fleeing out of this room.
Okay, cool.
I mean, player characters have not yet. That's up to y'all. But pretty much all the NPCs are like, yeah, we're gonna step outside and have a smoke.
I was like, can we carry this conversation on elsewhere, please?
Yep.
But Kyle, when you go where, the coyote cocks it at you and goes, why?
Conversation elsewhere, please.
He's growling.
Emma, the coyote looks at you. That man could use a drink.
In more ways than one, probably. Let's go outside.
It turns around and takes off, kind of skirting the fire and out the back door.
That everyone else went out, or
Some of your allies went out that way because that was the way they came in. So that was their quickest way out.
If that's the
Alright.
quickest way out, that's the path Kyle's taking.
yeah.
Well, no. For y'all, it's turning around and going the way you came.
Oh,
You were on one side of where the fire started. Most of your allies had come in through the back door, so they were on the opposite side of where the fire started.
this is just a big ass room.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
You had a little office area, and then it's all like open work area for whatever this business used to
Yeah.
be. And you got the bus
Turn
sitting there.
around and come back. That hallway is probably splattered with gore.
What you said?
Like
Yeah,
that? Yep.
Kyle is covered in it more than likely.
Let's hope the building burns down to hide the evidence.
Cool. I succeed on that rouse check. I heal the superficial damage I took.
You're at Hunger
crap.
4 and you did that.
Yes, I am. I wanted to see what my dice would do. My dice said, okay, we're going to give you a break. Because it gave me a 10.
Yes.
It legitimately gave me this. Which means I healed the
Yeah.
entirety of my superficial track that I lost.
Nice.
So,
Quick brown fox jumping over the lazy dog. Let's go.
All right, so y'all run out of the building. That Bali that Walter had tried to punch had to kind of run out past y'all. So by the time y'all get to the door, you just hear this hell of gunfire outside as all your allies out there are just gunning this guy down.
Scarface moment.
Say
fair.
hello to my friends.
Behold, friends. Yeah.
Emma hears that. She's like, it's us coming out next. Please don't shoot us.
Who's us?
What? I can't hear you over all the gunfire.
She would wait until the gunfire ceased.
But so y'all all pull back. The building eventually will kind of winds up, just kind of going up.
Did our efforts keep the police at bay?
It won't now.
The burning building is probably going to trigger a response. Thus far, though, you've heard nothing, no police sirens or anything.
Given the current state of the building, might I suggest we relocate any conversations to another area?
Oh no, the video's already leaving.
Maddox is like, we probably need to search the area. If they'd seen anybody out hunting. I mean, we need to get away from right here for certain.
Yeah. Those that are
That's the plan.
those that are more gravely injured, probably withdraw.
And they load, you got a few injured folk that they load up like that.
Behold the child.
The tiny human.
Yes, my tiny human.
Or maybe a full-grown halfling. Or no, you don't know.
given her penchant for tinkering with things, probably a gnome.
Halfling.
Can't
Halfling.
be.
Kender.
The halfling turret backpack.
Oh.
But back to this game, yeah.
I can see it.
Does Egidio withdraw with the injured?
Yes.
How many injured are there?
I don't remember how many of your buddies got messed up. A couple of them got hit with fireballs. A couple of them got knifed. A couple of the ones inside got bit by the other creature.
No one's in torpor though.
No, I don't believe so.
Egidio wants to self-diagnose himself.
You've been
It's
bit.
cancer.
Oh. Well, yeah, he's been bit, but they weren't corporeal fangs.
You don't know how to break this to yourself, but you're dead.
It's also cancer
It's lupus.
Is there
and diabetes.
Is there a creek or anything around here?
Yes, there's one close by.
Okay, Kyle's heading for it immediately.
Yeah, Maddox had looked at you as you walked out. Someone was having fun, I see.
Don't mind
give
him too
him a
much.
sec. Yeah.
Before
yep.
Egidio heads off with the
Scene hasn't ended, so.
other folks, she's gives him that look and I'll take care of it. She's not gonna say I'm going to heal you out loud, because
Sure.
she just kind of looks like once we get back, and I get a burger.
Alright, so everybody loads up into the cars quickly.
Yep.
Or runs back down to the gas station where y'all left the cars.
Yeah.
I'll clean
Kyle's
up the
gonna-
mess at some point.
Kyle's gonna wash off in the creek, get the blood off. Since it's
Shakes
still,
off like a dog.
it's still fresh on. Yes. And it's still fresh on him, too, so it's not like it's congealed. He doesn't want to get blood in his car. He can, towel off water in his truck. That's fine. No blood.
Egidio's basically a professional cleaner.
I like the fancy attachments for the car shampooer.
Yep.
Alright, but Gito was checking himself out.
Yeah. Yeah. Because ghost thing bit him, so he wants to assess that.
Looks like a bite.
Just looks like a regular bite.
Like the teeth. The teeth look like more or less normal human teeth, just oversized. It removed a chunk off the top of your shoulder, mostly the meat, but
Yeah.
you can see bone a little bit.
Ow.
And there's probably some fractures in that bone, but
Yeah.
but it doesn't strike you as the type of injury like fire is or anything.
Okay. As long as it doesn't feel like it's gonna take forever to heal up.
No. You feel like you can
It's gonna
probably
take forever to heal up.
take care of that in a day or two. So this big caravan of cars kind of pull out of the area. As you meet up at the trucks, Clint walks up to you three because Kyle's run to the creek, so he's.
Yep.
But the other you three, Clint walks up looking kind of pissed. He's got a wad of something in his hand that he throws at your feet.
Okay, looking at the
What
wad.
is that? Who did you bring into this?
Looking at the wad of stuff at my feet. What is the wad of stuff at my feet?
At first glance, it looks like somebody's peeled a face. Looking over the back, though, you realize it's like latex.
Like a fake mask?
Yeah, or like a, like a face prosthetic. Not like a big bulky something, but The non-latex side looks all lumpy and
If I flip
Like
it, who does it look like?
about the time. Well, as you're looking at it, you realize you haven't seen Sammy. And that's the same kind of skin condition he had.
Emma is stalking back off towards the woods. Looking for the person that she knows can hunt it by smell.
Clint steps in front of you and started to walk off. I asked you a question. What did you drag into this?
Do you or do you not want this person to be tracked?
Do we need to track a lupine through the woods, knowing that lupines hunt in packs?
Mother. That he made this statement. I'm just like, motherfucker. I get it now.
Mm-hmm.
Considering the lupine was also stabbing the person, I'll just go. She's like trying to push her way past Clint, even though she's like a wet sandwich.
Well, he's not physically restraining you. He just kind of, when you started to walk off, he just kind of stepped in front of you and reiterated his question.
If I get killed, hey, one less person for you to worry about.
As you walk away, you hear him mumble, I was already not worrying about you.
I was gonna say he's not really worried about you at all.
You know, you're like a
Even less
somewhat friendly acquaintance at best. I mean, you know.
Gonna go try and fix this problem.
There's a lot of
The latex mask can't hide a smell, though.
No, it can't hide a smell, but we've not been trying to go by a smell.
And Kyle was never around when Sammy was.
Yep.
Damn it.
Damn, he got him good. Don't look at us like that.
You
Don't you
smug
dare.
bastard.
Oh, dude, I was keeping close tabs on any time like one of y'all would heighten your senses and listen for a heartbeat or anything. Okay, good.
Yeah.
You smug son of a bitch.
Kyle's the one
Well
with the
played.
special.
I prefer the term eval.
I say this with nothing but love in my heart. But you smug son of a bitch.
So basically, Sam is like, I'm gonna go back there and help them. Shifts into Cain form and goes, "Hello."
Once confronted with the big thing, clearly.
Yeah.
At this point, if Walter recognizes that looks like Sammy's condition, he's gonna take a moment. He's gonna pull out his phone and he's gonna send a text. It's just gonna be a simple one. At some point, you owe me an answer.
Well played.
42?
He doesn't expect a response from Sammy, but the last phone Sammy used to contact him, he's sending a message simply saying, "At some point, you owe me an answer."
As Emma stalks off, I think Egideo's like, there's a lot of enemy shit going on right now, so Bali, biggest threat. That's the top of the food chain. Everything else we can squabble about later.
Clint accepts that.
Walking towards the creek, listening for sound of splashing human dog.
Probably not hiding it too well, honestly. He's trying to get all the blood out.
Okay, you find Kyle. He didn't go that deep into the woods or anything. He just
Like a cover of a romance novel where he's just like,
you know, you run around the corner of the gas station a little bit further down the road. You know, there's a little bridge that crosses this creek that cuts through the hills.
Accusatory finger. Could you track that were-coyote if we need to? That's not an answer. Nod or shake your head. Fantastic. Let's go.
You hear sirens in the distance at this point.
double let's go. Egidio will put on some latex gloves and pick up the latex mask.
need to get this scene to end. My throat's hurting doing that.
I'm going to say
Say-
I'm going to say cutting to the to where y'all were meeting back up at the gas station where the vehicles were. I'm going to say that's a different scene.
Okay.
That we have wrapped the
So-
scene at the
Showdown at
Shop.
the bus
use,
station.
you can use words now.
Double checking.
It's like,
Yeah,
it's
for
like I
one
just
scene.
don't want to anymore.
Okay, yeah. I didn't know the scene had ended, so I was still
yeah.
pulsion up.
I should have specified.
It's got like a Ziploc bag.
Join the club. Let's go.
It's just an evidence baggie.
It says lunch, but it's crossed out. It says evidence.
Yep.
Or vice versa.
I hear the sirens.
Yes.
Time to go.
Okay, later we go hunt this bastard. He wasn't there to see the mask. It was Sammy. The Nos. Oh, Nos.
No wonder he was never around when I was.
Yeah, let's go. Cars, let's go.
All right.
And that-
Power walking back to car.
Yeah, he's going back to the truck.
She would have tossed the GDO or
Y'all get there, and some of Maddox's cars are already leaving, but they're driving further away from Decatur rather than closer to it. Not
the long way.
not
home.
going yet.
Yeah.
follow that example.
Take the long way home.
Basically, they do this weird little loop around through some of the back streets that it's like a big U back towards Decatur.
Yep.
Yeah,
Scenic.
Kyle being a Decatur native, he'd probably know these back routes too.
Mhm.
It's possible, depending on if he'd ever had anything that would have drug him out towards Lawrence County.
Got Google Maps.
Well, there's Google Maps for one, but also, shot in the dark here, potentially some shenanigans that he got up to when he was still mortal,
Mhm.
with working criminal networks or doing
Oh, yeah.
jobs.
I'm
Maybe
sure there's
like safe houses or hideouts out here somewhere.
there's probably plenty of trailers out that way that cook things that the gangs would be interested in selling.
Apple pies for their bake
Exactly.
sales.
Except for the big sales.
But he would, he'd be taking a circuitous route.
Emma just get straight up lost and then turn on Google Maps and put home.
Well, you've got the other cars heading out to follow.
Yeah.
And Kyle he doesn't even bother. He's just driving like he knows where he's going.
He is bleeding out in the back seat. It's a regular Tuesday.
Hold on.
Or, no, he'd be in the front seat.
Is driving gonna take a full scene?
Yeah, if y'all want to do something during the drive, you can.
Let me just double check the healing thing. But yeah, she would do the healing thing because if it takes a full scene, it costs 0.
Okay.
I just need to double check if I do a rouse check.
Then yes, I'd let you spend the drive back.
I'm
Fixing
not
people.
hunger 1, so I'm not particularly peckish.
Yeah, but she's at hunger 4, so
Sir, you're in a different vehicle.
I was like,
Is he?
you're in a different. Yes, you are. You said you took your truck.
And we
Yes.
took Emma's car.
Emma's vehicle.
Okay. I didn't know
I will
no one
crash
else
your
got into
truck.
his truck.
What is that wonderful aroma whiffing out of Emma's car?
all the windows are up.
Okay, so no check for me then.
Hot box of blood.
Hotboxing the salubri.
What time is it?
Was it midnight or so? Midnight, maybe 1 when y'all made the attack.
It hasn't been long.
No, it was like 1:30 or so by now.
Okay, he's gonna swing by the shadier parts of town when they get back and grab a bite and then go home.
All right. Emma, Sarah, you need to roll anything for Emma's healing.
I'm still looking. I couldn't read it in the thing. I will.
Oh, okay.
Give me 2 seconds. Ba-da-da-da.
At this point, I'm imagining Walter, like if Gideo's in the front seat, I'm imagining Walter's got like, if there's like a spare towel or anything to soak up blood, he's like got his hand around holding pressure.
Baking
Okay.
soda and lemon works fine.
It reduces the difficulty to 0, doesn't take away the rouse check.
Okay.
Thank God.
Are you
Y'all
good?
being ballsy with +4 hungers.
You gotta live a little, man. You gotta live a little.
I'm just gonna go ahead and roll his hunting while we're doing this narrative.
You do get some text messages, or you all get a text message as you're driving back from Maddox. We need to have a debriefing.
Oh, you definitely don't want to go to that hungry.
Kyle's response: "I'm getting a burger."
Okay. So, it costs nothing, but I rolled 5 successes on the dice. Luckily, nothing messy.
Okay.
So that's
I
it's
will
3
link the
per
pile.
ag, right? Or is it 2 per ag?
It's 3 per ag.
Then I've taken 1 ag out. Cool.
I can only do that once a night per person. Please don't ask me to do that again tonight.
I will. I'll go the rest of the way with my, at least to get the aggravated track out.
It's 3 rouse checks.
But I'm at hunger
Godspeed.
1, so
All right, give me them rolls then.
And you can only do that once a night.
failed 2, so I'll take it.
Walter, hearing Emma make the statement, I can only do that once a night per person, looks at himself. I'm just a little extra crispy, it's fine.
How much damage did your Turk?
He took 1 ag, so
Yeah, he
he's
only took 1 egg. It was 1 egg to his
Okay.
face, but it's but it's Walter's face. Who's gonna notice? It's
You
different,
look-
but is it worse?
You look like you got some sun. It's a good look.
Actually have color again.
You got some color, yeah. Got a little blush there. Look very lively.
Oh.
Or like you stuck your head in a cannon in a cartoon, one or the other.
Either way,
Kyle
Unfortunate
driving
Chinese
very
solution.
serious and quiet. These 3 chuckle fucks. You look great. You look like you got some sun.
mhm.
Maddox sends out a, let's say 3:30. 3:30 at the Hobby Lobby. Pull up to the back.
I'm like, anyone know anywhere to get a quick bite?
Once y'all get into town, you see Kyle's truck just pull off in its own direction.
Walter sees says, well, to be fair, if you wish to follow him, he might have an idea.
By the
If
way,
you drop
I
me off at
rolled
the place first.
bare minimum to successfully hunt.
Success is a success.
It is. I managed to get 3, with a re-roll of having rolled 3. I managed to get 3 successes.
You catch somebody who's going around in a neighborhood, like checking car doors,
Oh, you got
peeking in. When you come up on him, it's like he spotted something. He's got a Slim Jim out.
Oh, yeah.
Let's go, Slim Jim.
Snap into it.
Basically.
Not what I was talking about, but okay. Oh wait, no, I see where
Yeah,
you're going.
no.
I see where you're going with it now.
Mhm.
All right, how much do you take from this guy?
What's he wearing?
Oh, okay. Trick question. Something the DM or storyteller was probably not ready for this evening.
Red shirt, tan pants. He sounds hideous.
Well, he's
No, he's dressed in like dark colors. You know,
Standard array for carjacking.
not
There.
jet black, but like grays.
navies.
Does look
Yeah.
like someone who's going for the stereotypical "I'm a thief" look.
I can only picture a guy I work with. Every day with him, it's black sweatpants, a black shirt, and his little black,
You know the burglar from The Sims with the striped shirt.
Yes.
But no, it's not quite that bad.
Okay. So you didn't
you
annoy
know.
him enough to want to start giving him aggravated damage in Slake 3.
He's in like a dark gray hoodie.
No, he'll take 2. Get him
Okay.
down to hunger 2. And does this car look like it has an alarm?
No, it's an older model car, so probably not.
Okay.
And you are not in a ritzy neighborhood anyway, so.
Are you gonna finish the job?
Steal the truck.
Yes. He will just wrench the door open and then leave while the guy's just blissed out on the ground.
That's how he pays for his meal. He helps the thief do his job.
In this case, he's very hungry. And having run so close to the beast in that fight, he's probably feeling a little bit more of those pent-up tendencies.
Mm-hmm. All right, Emma, how are you going about hunting?
It's gonna be
Drop us
difficult.
off first.
Yeah, it should be like she'll hand. She'll be like, "You want it dropped off at the Hobby Lobby or nearby?"
Yeah.
Or...
Just
Okay,
the Hobby Lobby's fine.
I'll drop you off there. Do you guys need anything while I'm out?
I mean,
I have to
to
take my
be.
shirt off.
If you happen to find spare morsels, I'll never say no to a free snack.
I don't really pack a doggy bag when I'm done. So unfortunately, you're on your own there.
I'm not hungry, but I figured I'd ask while you're doing so.
Never hurts to ask. And
I think.
she'll... Go ahead.
I was gonna say. I think while we're at the Hobby Lobby, I'm technically going to hunt, but I'm going to have it so the guy comes tomorrow. If that makes sense.
You're going to wake your contact up at 1:30 in the morning. I really need some blood bags tomorrow.
Need a transfusion real bad, man. But no, he'll.
But yeah, you can make that roll. Sure, go ahead.
What is that? Weights and street laws and one extra. I only got 2 successes, so I assume he just doesn't answer because it's late.
Yeah, you go to his voicemail. Or you send him a text, yeah, you just don't get a reply.
Yep. That's fine.
Emma's gonna do the old. Hey, did you order some food? Like taking her bag to the is the map up for the area? Let me get back to Roll20 page. Not really.
I've got the Decatur map. Let me throw you to the domain map if you need to look at that.
Is the Hobby Lobby in the domain or is it somewhere else?
Oh no! It's down the belt line and around. In fact, Emma's probably not entirely certain whose domain that's in.
Yeah, she's been invited, so she'll go to one of the hotels and just kind of like do the whole pretending to deliver food and try and find maybe a door that they didn't lock.
a hotel room door they didn't lock?
Maybe there's a cleaning person dozed out on a chair somewhere. I don't know.
Okay, well, give me a roll.
Stealth dexterity. 5?
Okay. So you swing through the hotel. You know, the people in the lobby just kind of wave you on.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when you hold like your insulated
She does have
bag
the
or
mask
whatever.
on and everything.
So you start poking around like the, you know, where the workers would be. It's kind of what you're keeping an eye on.
Yeah.
And you do find one of the cleaning staff. Basically, one of the room doors is open,
Mm-hmm.
and you hear cleaning going on. And you hear the woman muttering to herself about nasty guests, you know, getting so drunk that you just mess all over the room, and should have made him sleep in it, and not give him another room.
And
Yeah, you just keep around. She's
sitting
she's sitting there with like the rubber gloves on or the latex gloves on. You're glad you don't have to breathe because there's quite an odor coming off those sheets that she's putting in the.
How long would she would know how long they'll stay a little kind of blissed out?
Yeah, they stay blissed out for a minute or two after you leave, probably.
If she has enough time, she'll gather the rest of the sheets and just toss them in the cleaning cart for the lady, since she doesn't have to breathe, so.
Very nice of you.
She'll be like, you do a great job. Using like a compel or fog memory or something. You're having a
I'm
great
just picturing you using the fog memory like Will Smith in Men in Black would use the memory. No, you gotta give him pleasant memories.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly how she would use it.
You know, and as you're walking down the hallway away from the room, you kind of hear her go, huh, "What? Oh, it's too late. I must be nodding off. Oh, I'm done. Great."
And heads to the Hobby Lobby.
All right. So y'all meet up at the Hobby Lobby. They let you in the back.
We're in the Hobby Lobby.
Yeah, it's literally somebody opens the back door of the Hobby Lobby for you and ushers you into like the break room.
That's fantastic.
The break room, amazing.
Yeah, clearly it's a business he has some sort of control over, or somebody does. August is there. Maddox is there. Clint is there. And Harmony is there.
Not Mom.
And you quickly find out she was in one of the cars, in one of Maddox's cars when they showed up. But she never actually got out. Everything seemed to have resolved itself pretty well. The first thing Clint reports, he has still got some of his people and some of Maddox's people. They're still out there kind of cleaning up. Apparently, all the neophytes that had been on the bus, they just kind of released out into the countryside to feed. He doesn't think that was. He doesn't think that was an attempt at a mass embrace. That was just having to feed the neophytes. So they're still running around, kind of cleaning that up. They managed to track down like the fire wielder. They are currently trying to track him down. They've tracked down a couple of the other people that were fighting in the building that got out. Once again, though, he really wants to know who that was that you brought to the fight. Everybody's concerned about this guy that was disguised as a Nos that then bleeped out.
Oh, we thought it was a Nos too.
Are we all there?
At this point, yes.
Okay. Kyle just Sammy.
The same Nos that told us about the garage. Well, we thought was a Nos.
Maddox is just giving you this look like.
It's possible he has something to gain from it, but unsure at the moment. Oh, by the way, here you go, Kyle. He tosses the bag.
What's in the bag? What's in the bag?
Sticks his whole head in the bag.
The latex mask.
Just sniff it. Does he get a particular scent that he could potentially track?
Give me a roll for that.
Okay.
That's your specialty.
It is.
It is.
Which means I get 7 dice type 6.
To be fair, he seemed to be more intent on attacking the Bali than he did on
I was
us.
gonna say, if the
I'm not saying we invite
establish-
him. Go ahead.
don't invite him for Thanksgiving dinner. I guess that's what you guys do here. But absolutely, let him stab shadow demons.
Oh, that's much better.
That thing bit me. He's like shows the scar.
5 after a reroll. Again.
You have the scent.
Okay.
Mostly it's human, but there's an underlying little something
Mm-hmm.
that you might not notice run of the mill. It's only knowing that this is from somebody weird that you wonder if that little oddness might be some indication. It's not the exact same smell of it that he had when he was morphed out, though.
Yeah. Is this something I could potentially track with his Bloodhound merit? I know Bloodhound is specifically lets him lock on to specific, I said blood types or resonances, but
Probably not that.
Okay.
But if you catch a whiff of it in the future, you should be able to realize that it's the same scent.
Fair enough.
Yeah, as he's stiffing, I'm like, I'll say it. The shadow thing bit me, not him.
I don't know if it matters, but that was a critical success.
Yeah, as long as you got
Really
as long as you got 2 or 3 successes, it's going to be enough for you to kind of remember that scent.
Okay. I don't know if it mattered or not.
But
That's code.
What are you about to do?
Matt goes, I'm not concerned with the fact that we had an unlikely ally in the fight. That's inconsequential. How long has this thing been running around in the city, in your domain, pretending it was part of our society? What has it learned that it could use against us? And since when do these things coyotes instead of wolves? And everybody else at the table is kind of like,
One question at a time, please.
At that point, Kyle just turns and looks at the rest of you.
How long has it been? Because Emma would remember the players chicken sandwich?
It's been about a week.
in game time, it's probably been a week or 2.
But I do remember somebody gave him the ins and outs of every single barony's borders.
No,
Mm-hmm. I remember that.
That was, y'all informed, y'all gave him the rookie vampire speech. Well, this is how this works. This is how this works. And this is the titles.
I mean, Walter's not gonna hide it. He'll just straight up tell him, like, again, at the time, I thought he was truly a rookie Nosferatu. I tried to give him what information would be valuable for him to not die out there and for some random event. God
Maybe not
forbid
to
he.
do that for Fresh Kindred.
Some
Like,
people
yes.
didn't actually get any blessing to know any damn information. So God forbid I actually cared to show somebody a little compassion.
Compassion could backfire. But if he wanted to backfire it, would have done it already. Maybe they knew about the Bali before we did. Which could also be bad.
Maybe they used their. Maybe this was his way of making us aware of the Bali. Which
August is looking thoughtful and, a little less judgmental. Though anyone sitting next to Maddox looks a little less judgmental.
Yeah.
That's just kind of his resting face. But,
me too, buddy.
but Maddox like, there's been a lot of odd things going in your domain. How much of that do you think might be at the foot of this creature?
There was odd stuff going on before he showed up.
Before he revealed himself to you.
One weird lupine does not a weird situation make.
Unless he managed to infiltrate the Camarilla, this started with them. The odd events, anyway.
Because again, if my memory serves correctly, he gave us the speech of the fact which he ran from the Camarilla.
Wait a minute.
That could have been.
Wait a minute. Pulls up his phone and scroll. He's going back to that video of what happened when that group dumped the ghoul at his bar.
Mm-hmm.
Same skin condition.
Well, in the film, Hoodie pulled up. You really only saw a hand.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's pretty similar. Quite similar. Remarkably similar.
God damn it! You long son of a
He
bitch.
doesn't. He's looking at this, just going. Actually, hold on.
I say all of this with nothing but love and admiration in my heart, but
Jason.
Mm-hmm.
Given all of this started, and now that he's aware that this person potentially was a threat to his bar, and he's just now realizing this, would you like me to make a frenzy check?
Oh, this does involve your touchstone sort of things, don't you?
Yes, it does.
Yeah, give me that roll. Let's see, how many successes do you have to have
can we
for that?
not go into a frenzy in the middle of Hobby Lobby's meeting room?
No, this is
Could we not?
this is Kyle.
Thank you.
So, and I'm at. Oh, Jesus, I only have.
Oh, I need to mark my hunger off. I forgot to do that.
I've only got 5 dice to roll because I burned 2 willpower already.
Alright, where is the bit for touchstones?
Provocations. Oh, touchstones. I'm already on it. But no, touchstones. It doesn't mark the frenzy stuff.
Oh, okay.
The dangers is in it's in dangers of the blood.
Danger zone.
Yeah.
Now I've got Kenny Logan's
there we
things.
go. Fury Frenzy. Friend killed, difficulty 2. Lover or touchstone hurt, difficulty 3. Lover or touchstone killed, difficulty 4. Physical provocation or harassment 2. Insulted by inferior 2. Public humiliation 2.
All right, go
Sounds like
go,
2.
go with the 2, because nothing he did was physically threatening the bar. Exactly.
Yeah.
Not like the guy that firebombed it with himself.
Yeah.
Okay. I got 2 successes.
Good.
So I did manage not to frenzy, but Kyle's staring at his phone. His
phone is crushed.
He didn't frenzy. His lips pull back, and there is a low growl and a snarl as his eyes snap into the eyes of the beast, just instinctively.
Sorry, I got distracted. Everybody at the table sees a gangle look like he's just about lost it.
I rolled a 6 on obey to try and just calm the general area. Not the time or the place.
You get the impression that your buddy Harmony may be helping you with this. Everybody just kind of generally simmers down a little bit.
We need to. It's been a very stressful and exciting. It's been a very stressful and exciting night. I think we should all just take a moment. Calmer heads will prevail on this. Just continuing the speech as the werewolf, or not the werewolf.
Close enough.
Vampire acting like a werewolf right now slams the door.
Mm-hmm.
Calmer
Yeah,
heads will prevail on this.
one thing he does say as he's leaving is, "They started all this."
And the customer service smile at the end of her speech.
All right.
Tale as old as time.
Also, Jason, I'm gonna DM you.
Okay.
Whispers. Has there been anything odd happening in any other domains that could maybe coincide with this?
Oh, I'm sorry. I was nodding, having read what Erickson. What was that, sir?
She just kind of asked the general assembly, has there been anything odd happening in other domains that could coincide with this?
Let's see.
New people showing up that are trying to avoid the Camarilla.
Everybody shakes their heads except August. He knows of a couple that showed up in one of the outer domains, but they weren't unknowns. You know.
They weren't new.
Yeah, somebody. They were people that other people in that domain knew.
Okay.
It just got too hot for them where they were at, and they moved in. You know. As far as odd events, you know, there's those two attacks. The one that was, you know, the one on the Princess Theater, and then the one on the old bank. But, you know, it was happening up very close to the first incident at the bar.
I feel like if the lupine was somehow tied to the Camarilla, it wouldn't have helped us with the Bali right now. At least not tonight. It wouldn't have told us about the place unless it was trying to pull us away from somewhere. Has anything happened that you guys know of tonight, aside from that?
Clint speaks up. It may have simply looked at the Bali as the bigger evil. Maybe it hates the Bali more than it hates us.
It's also entirely possible.
When the Assamites hated all the rest of us, they hated the Bali more. Could be the same principle.
Happening more than once.
Uh,
What is going on?
Maddox is still looking at the door that Kyle stormed out of. You just see him kind of shake his head. They started it. We put a child in charge.
Oh, unfortunately, this poor soul has figured something out that's taken a bit of time.
Oh, so he's slow. At least we put you in charge as a group. Maybe it'll average out.
She's going to choose to ignore that, but her face does kind of like shift a bit, like very flat. Like we will tighten patrols on our borders and double check anyone that may have been recently shown up here.
Acquired.
I'll have a discussion with the census taker later on this night.
You get nods around the table. August is like, I think we should all crack down on our security. I mean, we've been focused on looking for Camarilla spies, but this could be a precursor to a lupine attack.
Garu spies. Now that's new.
you use that
Check.
word, you just get blank looks from everybody at the table, except maybe Clint.
Check everyone for heartbeats when you meet up, I guess.
Yeah.
That's one thing they can't fake. Unless there's some other magic
Underworld.
bits and pieces, but I think they would still have a heartbeat.
Just thought I'd point it out.
Well, most kindred can have a heartbeat if they want to have one.
Yes, but most of them don't.
But yes, most of us don't bother.
Walter takes a moment, looks at Egidio. Correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't the medication that can slow a heartbeat down so slow it somewhat seems flatline?
Probably. What am I, a doctor?
Egidio would, and Emma for that matter, would know that anything like that, you're not going to be, the person is not going to be up and active while that's going on, though.
Right.
Yeah, they might take it, but they're not going to be
They're gonna
able
be
to do much
heavily
else.
sedated.
Well,
That'd be
again,
obvious.
no, Walter's just making light of the fact of which, like, if someone just made the comment of, well, a kindred can make themselves seem like they have a heartbeat if they wanted, he's just kind of adding, and someone can make it look like they don't have one at all, if they really wanted to. He's just adding
Right,
to
but
it.
they would be unconscious at the same time. Especially if they're mortal-ish.
But,
Well, given our current situation, we're not having to worry about the mortals at any point. But anyway,
We'll just tighten up security, make sure to double check everyone, listen for heartbeats, that kind of thing.
Clint talks about the fact that he'll have his people spread out a little further, specifically looking for lupine, any lupine incursions. Though up to this point, they hadn't really spotted anything recently.
You know
Do
what
we
you're
want-
looking for?
Go ahead.
That's all he said.
Do we want to patrol the areas that aren't claimed by anyone as well? Because they could be hiding there too.
it would probably be a wise idea, at least if each group is willing to donate a small handful or two.
Don't want to spread too thin, though.
I'm not saying do that.
Why everybody
just-
pulls the resource.
But, Maddox says he can contact the pack because they're very kind of open county facing their domain.
Is the warden here?
No. None of the outer barons are here, and the pack
Sure.
they're kind of looked at as one of the outer barons.
I got you. So the outer barons are just like a pack.
Well, what you've got is the outer baronies tend to be like partially separated. You know, the warden's her area is over on the other side of the river. You know, the two over to the east, you've got the wildlife refuge that kind of cuts them off. I mean, you've got bridges and roads that cut through there. But if you look at the map, they're almost kind of like separate little spots. And then the pack just have that corner down here that's not built up at all. The city just sort of claimed it. But
Alrighty.
this is mostly the big barons. You know, it's your immediate neighbor and then kind of the big names.
Can I roll
though not
to, like,
Cologne.
the cults or something to see what like the signs before a werewolf attack? Or some sort of lupine? I feel like that's a cult.
Sure. You're going to need probably 4 successes to get anything useful.
Got 6 dice. We'll see.
Okay. But yeah, you can give it a roll.
Hearing that last comment you made, Walter kind of takes a peer around the room and thinks to himself and just kind of utters aloud, "Why do I feel like we're missing someone?"
6 successes on a crit.
So before big lupine attacks, there's usually increased activity. You know, there may be some sightings in like surrounding communities, but they usually like you've never heard of this sort of infiltration being done.
Well, that's the part that's like weirding a GDO.
They just sort of storm in and they just rage across your city.
She'll look at Harmony. Or maybe not at Harmony, but kind of glance. Has anyone even heard of were-coyotes before? I mean, I've heard of werewolves, but...
Yeah, a werewolf attack would just be... Or a lupine attack would just be... They just steamroll the place. This kind of subterfuge isn't...
A GDO got 5...
A GDO got 6 successes.
6. He went way deep into his brain place.
Werewolves...
He's got 3 of dots in a cult.
Werewolves, when they're fighting, or lupines, as you'd probably be more apt to think them, tend to be very angry. You don't really remember this coyote being particularly angry. I mean, it was in a fight. He probably wasn't like, happy jolly. But he was also like just popping wise to Kyle.
The angriest person was here. That was Kyle.
And when Kyle growled "where" at him, his response was, "Why?"
Yeah, I recall that. And I think JD was like, no, I don't think this guy's lupine. I think lupines would have steamrolled the place if they really wanted to.
Is there something other than lupine that tends to take on canid form?
I would not be surprised.
With your cult, you would also know not anything about were-coyotes specifically, because that's super rare. But mythologically, there's a lot of shape-changing, animal-changing creatures, So, you have this disturbing thought there may be more than lupine out there.
Yeah, well, that's what he says. He's like, I mean, there's more than lupine out there. Off the top of my head, there's like a changeling, I guess? I don't know.
Clint kind of nods his head. I know in some parts down south there are large cats.
Down south, you say? How far south?
South America. I meant South America. I'm not sure how far up this way they would come.
I do not recall seeing any in Mexico. Is all I'm saying. They don't want me to see them, obviously, but I had other things on my mind. But
I know I've spoken with a fellow gangrel who was embraced down in South America that was passingly aware of them.
If
August does a slow turn to him. Is this acquaintance of yours in Huntsville now? Clint just kind of shrugged.
Good person to know, I guess. Anyway.
If we happen to come across this individual again, I think
Maddox is like, kill him. If you come across him again, kill him. I mean, if there's more Bali around, well, okay. Allies of convenience and all. But afterwards, kill him.
Kind of eye flicks over to Harmony. What's her quick read on that?
She doesn't seem to have a strong reaction to that idea. It's like, you don't see any objection in her face to the idea of, killing.
If there can be information to be gained that could be used without giving any information back before killing them, it could be useful.
Oh, that would be wonderful if I had confidence that you could do that without giving away information. After all, thus far, it seems like you've given away information without receiving any. August is making like kind of not shushing noise or shushing gestures towards Maddox, but like kind of trying to calm him down a little bit. Yeah.
Calm down, viejo.
I will take that into consideration, sir.
August trying to be a little
Diplomatic.
yes, is look, whatever this is, it's nothing any of us have run across before. So we can't judge them, anyone too harshly for having been taken in. If I recall right, and he kind of glances at the video, in native people's mythology, the coyote is a trickster. Who knows what abilities it could have?
I mean, kind of cracked wise at Kyle, so checks out.
It is also the one that revealed the location and the very existence of the bus to begin with.
Clint suddenly sits up straight. It doesn't have a pack. It needed help to take the Bali. It doesn't have a pack to call on.
Coyotes typically don't. If I remember correctly,
Solo
coyotes
cats.
typically don't. They're solo hunters.
They're also scavengers. They generally prey on anything that is close to death, if it isn't already.
All predators. Clint's like, all predators hunt the weak first.
I was gonna say, we do that. That's not special.
But perhaps that means we are not about to face a large lupine attack. We can't count on that, but it's hopeful.
We would have seen them already.
I would hope so, yes. But
we're aware of the threat now, though. If this person shows up again, we can be better prepared if they do try to cause us trouble. If they're one solo lupine, I have no doubt that anyone here could hold their own against them.
Well,
as a coterie,
a
as
group
a group,
of us.
yes. But they're. I've been wrong many times before. I'm sure you'll all take great pleasure in pointing that out. But I don't think it was here to cause us any initial harm. If anything else, it might have been looking for assistance, and enemy of my enemy is my friend, even if it's temporary.
Unless it was the person that tried to set Kyle up.
I wouldn't be surprised about that, but what would they really gain out of that?
Who knows what these animals think? How these animals think?
That one's at least smarter than the average lupine.
Which makes it more dangerous, even if it's alone. Perhaps not more dangerous than
not more dangerous than a
in a physical confrontation, but yeah.
Dangerous in a whole different way.
Walter kind of cocks his head and just kind of slowly turns to his video. Well, to be fair, it gains a lot from pissing Kyle off. Remember, we're on the front line. It claims to have run from the Camarilla. It's giving us a common enemy to go ahead and direct fire on.
Which we were going to do anyway.
Yes, but again, if they were part of the group that started to put a fire underneath Kyle's feet, keep in mind.
The war. Kind of.
I suppose that's something. I guess there's something to be said about if they really wanted to, start all-out tension between the Camarilla and Ark, that they would just do that, and then pick up the scraps, perhaps. That's a big domain for them to have if they were to do that. So
It's
they
true.
would just lose it immediately.
Not necessarily, but keep in mind, once again, they simply took someone from the Camarilla, a ghoul, threw it on Kyle's doorstep to basically piss off the Cam, thinking us Anarchs decided to go ahead and step on their toes even more. Assuming it was them. Remember, we had to deal with the incident at the U-Haul shortly thereafter that incident.
Yeah.
August kind of nods along some of what you're saying. So it could have been here trying to stir up us fighting amongst ourselves.
We were just the convenient match.
Couldn't
Could
really
it have
get that
been?
going.
Could it have been trying to weaken us for a larger attack?
Now that I cannot say.
Or does it just hate us like the lupine hate us? And just if we can kill it ourselves, that's so much better.
Well, less work for it to do, isn't it?
Maybe it just loves the chaos of it all.
Can't
If I,
can't discount chaos.
as Fix to say, if I'm not mistaken, both in my mortal years and in my current undead ones, I'm fairly confident there's just souls out there that love to watch the world burn, regardless of what they gain.
Yeah, I watched The Dark Knight too.
I was about to say, nobody else at the table, other than maybe Harmony, would react to that quote. I mean, nod their head like, okay, that sounds like a decent quote, but
Again, don't have strong evidence, though given the pieces and our beloved friend's reaction, I have a feeling that's at least starting to piece together.
Oh, do we hear just a truck peel off somewhere?
from inside this building, you probably wouldn't hear it.
Okay.
But
We check our domains and maybe reconvene in a day or a night or so.
Maybe we just do these little meets between the barons a little more often.
you get a few nods, though. Clint points
wanna do
out
it too
it's
often.
dangerous to cluster too many of us up too often.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Not frequently enough to be a pattern or draw suspicion. We can always,
Different
know,
groups, different
one-
times.
a representative sent instead of a baron, so forth.
August thinks that sounds quite reasonable.
Oh, we have a plan. Now we need to go enact it. Or do you still have more business that you want to condescend to us for?
Emma just looks over like, really?
Oh, I'm sure I could think of other critiques to make over your handling of
sure
your
you
domain, but it is your domain. As long as you don't burn it to the point that the fire spreads to the rest of us. And Maddox gets and walks out.
Front
Let
lines
him go.
held so far, so toast to maybe it holding some more.
Once Maddox gone, August gets up. Overall, though, good job handling that threat tonight. But and don't worry, I think old Maddox is warming up to you. His
Didn't use
the big goofy smile he's got as he says that makes it less than convincing.
yes,
It's a tete-a-tete. I get it.
he'll be inviting us over for tea and cookies at some point, I'm sure.
If
Yeah,
anything,
Feliz Navidad and all that.
after Maddox walked out and before August does, Walter would be like, for the rest of you, thank you for being civil.
Also appreciate all of your assistance.
Clint just nods. A threat to one of us is a threat to all of us.
As long as we maintain that mentality, we'll be fine.
I'll get in contact with the census taker and anyone in the domain that may have had interactions with the lupine pretending to be Sammy and see if they can give any more information.
Everybody still here nods. Clint excuses himself, as does Harmony, as she realizes, oh yeah, Maddox was my ride.
Every Super is just a problem child. Love it.
We are. We really are.
I will stop Walter as everyone else is leaving. I'll wait for everyone else to leave. I'll stop Walter for a
And we'll
moment.
be like, do you guys need a ride? Are you good? Are you gonna walk?
Yes, but just a quick powwow
Oh.
before when everyone else leaves.
Like,
Okay.
me included, or
If you want to be. I don't care.
I really have nowhere else to be.
Baseline trust. Walter, did
Emma
Did
holds up her
your-
finger just for a second. This is someone else's domain. Perhaps we should have this conversation in the vehicle.
I guess. In the car.
They'll all file out.
Yep.
There is a kindred you don't recognize. I mean, you saw him when y'all were coming in. That he's waiting by the back door and basically locking the place back down once y'all are gone.
That's we're the last of them.
Very, very good, man.
He knows. In the car.
Okay.
Walter got his big mitts around the seats, just kind of leaned his head forward. So, you were saying?
How much does Wally know about your network?
You mean Sammy?
Sammy.
I mean, to be fair, he was just invited to a Discord. I mean, from what I can gather, that's rather common nowadays, so if anything, he might have, witness to a chat room where people speculate things that go on in the city, but other than that, nothing too, I would say, back-breaking in terms of everything else.
Nothing incriminating. That's what we're looking for.
No.
Rat also spoke to him, didn't he?
Oh, I know I had mentioned him to Rat and that he was willing to help in that regard, but I don't know if Sammy ever got a hold of Rat, or if Rat ever got a hold of him. I do not recall.
Yes, Jim. You look like you're about to say something.
I was going to point out that you had asked Rat about that, and he knew somebody in the area that he was going to put Sammy in contact with, and I believe she had gotten in contact with Sammy.
Gotcha.
I believe it had been mentioned in passing that she had gotten in contact with him.
Well, at that point, now that this information has been revealed back to the player, Walter would think for a minute. No, actually, Brad does have someone to talk to, and they'd claim they've got in contact, but that's about it. I know nothing more, really.
Alright.
Walter takes a moment. It's like, to you two, I am terribly sorry.
For what?
None of us pegged him. It's not yours alone.
I just wanted to make sure, if you got a compromised cell, to tell them, hey, split up for a bit. Open up a new Discord server, kick the guy out, whatever you gotta do.
I'll have to weigh the thought on kicking him out or not, but as I said, it's mostly part.
Pretty easy thought. You just right click. I've done it before.
And I
You have a Discord?
Not that you know about. I had one when
That's
I was
fair.
5.
If he still uses the little username, at least that'd be some way to get a hold of him. Because I don't even know
You have his fake phone number.
if he's still going to use it, or if he's already disposed of it. We're not sure.
Are we really going to question this guy and not just straight murder him?
I mean, he hasn't. Yes, he came in, and we accepted him. He also helped us murder a giant fucking smoke demon thing,
That was
and then didn't murder us.
The bar is in hell. There was like 20 vampires there. I don't think he wanted the smoke.
I mean, that's also fair, but he could have just run at the start. He didn't have to engage anything.
Egidio, you do understand that technically he was alone with the two of us. If he wanted to, especially since he procured one of the weapons that I had found, he could have tried to take one of us on if we weren't paying attention.
He didn't see me.
You spoke. Oh, no, I wasn't there.
Now,
Fireman,
Right.
you spoke with him.
All right, so y'all are talking as you're driving.
Startled him.
Are you driving back to the bar, Emma?
She would have kind of circled. She would have at least started back towards the domain.
Okay.
She would have also sent something out to Kincaid and Ada. We need to meet up tomorrow. Just double check some things. How's the evening gone?
It's been quiet in the domain.
Good, good.
How did the excursion go?
She knows no one met final death, correct?
Correct.
None of us. I
No one
guess,
ever
yeah.
said.
Yeah.
And he would not have used the word domain. He'd have used the word neighborhood.
All partygoers are accounted for. Some drunk a little too
More
much
shit-faced.
than others, and are gonna have to sleep that off. But I can give you more of the details tomorrow when we meet up after I've slept off my own.
Let's see. After the meeting, y'all were meeting up at
3:30.
3:30. So yeah, it's probably 4:30 by now. So yeah, you probably don't want to be doing too much meeting up.
Yeah.
I am headed home.
She's just tired. She will send a text to Kyle, be like, "Where the hell did you go off to?"
By this point,
Fair.
Tyler's probably left his phone in the truck.
Probably, but she is sending that text of, "Where the hell did you go off to?" Followed by, "Sleep well. Gonna meet up with what would she call the census taker and security?
Management.
Yeah, gonna meet up with the rest of management tomorrow. To look at setting up some fail safes."
All right. So everybody gets back to their havens without too much trouble.
Yay!
The sun rises, ending a very eventful evening. You are blissfully unaware for the next, 12, 13 hours.
More sleep than she probably got in life.
Almost guaranteed.
Oh yeah.
And when the sun sets, everyone awakens. Go ahead and give me them rouse checks.
Wheel.
I'm good.
Walter's gonna be needing a snacky.
I'm good.
So is this like next day or what are we doing?
Yeah, this is the next evening. Yeah.
Alrighty. Let me. I'm good.
Oh yay, I'm the one that gets hungrier. Ah.
I don't want to get hungrier right now.
Are you at 4?
I'm at 3.
No, you're fine.
I went up to 3. I was actually wanting to hunt just to slate the 2 away, so it's just like, yes, completely fresh. But oh well. RFG said no.
All right. So Walter, all right. So y'all are waking up. Walter, what are you doing?
He would wake up, check his phone, see if he potentially got an answer back to his one message he sent out for the night. And if not, he's just gonna go to the Discord and kind of personally DM either the person that invited him or whoever he can contact with, and just kind of forewarn him like, hey, keep an eye on this person in terms of the group chat. Worry that they might be doing something shady. So if you notice any funny activity, feel free to kick him. And he'll leave it at that.
Okay. You get a message back from that person. Aren't you the one that invited him?
He sends several emoji faces of like the whole thinking, the concern, and like pure dread, unfortunately.
You gotta invite him.
Okay, keep an eye on him. In local news, a lot of people in the Discord are talking about the a fire out in the county.
Oh no.
Those garages will go up.
There's a lot of gunfire. Then a building burned down. There was a bus in it. They found some charred bodies. People a couple of people, the surrounding neighborhood said, people had come by and warned them that they were going to be filming. Somebody was going to be filming something there. So the police are calling around to the local colleges to see if anybody, if there were any classes doing like a student film or something.
At least we're
Though
smart
nothing,
enough not-
nothing mentions that murdered couple in the house, so maybe nobody's discovered them yet.
At least Sammy was good enough to clean up after himself.
He didn't murder those
If
people.
that is his real name.
He just decapitated the bodies when he found them, just in case.
Just in case.
He didn't want more of you people running around. Yeah.
Did you roll 4 successes to go hunt tonight? That's what he's gonna do.
Okay. All right, Walter. You said you were going to need to hunt at some point.
I
Let me
did,
finish
and I
up
was
with
try to remember. Usually it's stealth, and I was trying to remember the other one. Was it wits?
Dexterity usually.
Dexterity, probably.
For what are you, Sandman?
Yes.
Yeah, it's Dex.
And Yeetus.
Uh-oh.
Well, it was only 110.
Alright.
But that's still what? Technically 3 successes.
That is 3 successes.
Yeah, that is 3 successes.
Because he's going to technically the easiest place in the domain to do some hunting.
Okay. So yeah, you slink around. Find some people kind of active in their backyard. You wait till a moment when somebody's by themselves. You leave them kind of blissed out on the ground, not knowing what happened. As you slip off, you hear somebody else come out of the house, and exclamations about somebody's just laying here.
Weirdo just laying down. Jesus, get up, get up.
Well, it's like them going over to see if their buddy fell down or something.
Like, damn it, man! Did you have one too many? Shit, I don't know.
Now, how much did you take from him?
The safest amount, which I do believe is 2.
Well, the safest amount is probably 1 technically, but 2 you can do without hurting anybody.
Woohoo!
He'll be a little lightheaded or something, like if you donated blood. Any more than that, it starts taking more time. It would have been dangerous in this situation.
Oh yeah. Remember, kiddies, if you're diabetic, make sure to take something to increase your blood sugar, or else you'll bottom out. Ask me how I know.
All right, and Egidio, you said you were calling your guy?
Yep, 4 successes.
Okay. Yeah, he gets back with you. He'd gotten your message. He's the message you left him from the night before.
Yep.
And he's like, sorry, but I'm not awake at 1:30 in the morning.
Fair enough. Just certain experiments called for it, but whatever. Less you know, the better.
Yeah, he never asks what you're using it for.
Certain breakthroughs, and that's all I'll say about that. Thank you.
He's not asking. He doesn't need to know.
Good. Egidio's going to be very selfish and slake all this slake the 2 hunger that he can slake.
Okay.
You roll my thing, just in case. Nope, we're good.
Emma, what are you doing as you wake up?
Obligatory check the phone for any messages from anybody. And then she'll probably actually just do a little food delivery for a while. Maybe do something normal for once. She will eventually meet up with the census taker and with Ada and Kincaid.
Okay. And Kyle, what are you doing when you first wake up?
He's getting up and going out.
Okay. By himself, or is he taking Doggo with him?
He'll tell Shiloh to go find Emma, and then he's gonna go out.
Just running around the street chasing a car. Shiloh, Kai's stuck in a well.
Alright, so Shiloh takes off. Oh, it just occurred to me, Shiloh wouldn't know where Emma's haven is.
He does.
Shiloh would.
Kyle may not, but Shiloh would. Emma? Oh yeah, I know where she's at. Where he knows where the starting point is.
Mm-hmm.
If he leaves early enough, he'll probably make it over there before she gets rolling.
So you may have a co-pilot.
She'll take Shiloh to get a pup cup and a cheeseburger.
But alright, then what was Kyle doing? He sent Shiloh off. What else?
He's just patrolling.
Okay. Alright. So y'all take some of you are hunting, Emma's doing her food runs, Kyle's patrolling. Emma, where would you want to meet up with Kincaid and Ada?
Not the bar, because that's getting a little overdone. Zeke's suspecting things.
This weird love triangle.
It's all these weird people coming in and out. Weird stuff
During the
keeps
time
happening.
skip, she's using 3 of her XP to get a coterie, like, meeting room place thing.
Mm-hmm.
But she'll just, like a gas station or something they can meet outside of, or just somewhere with maybe outside dining that they can kind of sit at.
Okay. There's always the mall food court.
There is.
No, I take that back. I take that back. The Theater Mall doesn't really have a food court per se, but it's got like benches and seats and stuff.
You can do like high school dropouts and just like sit on your cars in the parking lot.
Yeah, probably something where they know they can't be heard. Just just somewhere outside.
Okay.
She'll just ask him, to the best of your knowledge, if you can give me a list of who Sammy may have talked to, and what you may have heard about him.
Ada's like, he's a nos. He could have been anywhere, anytime, talking to anybody.
Funny story about last night. He's not a nos.
My God, he's always been that ugly?
It was prosthetics.
Actually, I say that. I don't know that. Did Ada ever actually meet Sammy?
She did go out with Kincaid to try and
to
hunt
find
him
But
down.
they didn't find him. That first night, they didn't find him.
That's a development we didn't know.
No, that came up. It was kind of mentioned in passing that they didn't run into him.
Gotcha.
I mean, he's a nos. Kincaid was not acting surprised by this.
Funny story. Not actually a nos. It's a were-coyote. The nos mask was a prosthetic. Or some kind of other thing that turns into a coyote man.
Kincaid is just like, he stopped working briefly.
Yeah, if you can, listen for heartbeats on everything that you interact with from here on out. Just so we can make sure we're...
How would I do that?
You can't hear heartbeats if you listen real close?
Walter takes a moment and turns to Emma. Sweetheart,
Yeah, Walter's not here. This is
Not
Emma.
there?
Emma's meeting up with these people somewhere else.
I'm
Yep,
sorry, I
that's
thought
not
the whole
saying
group was going. That was on
Nope.
me.
Nope, this is just an Emma thing.
That's Emma's
Just
thing.
Emma. Okay.
Ada's
Go
like,
back last week.
I've heard passing rumors of such things, but I thought they were just stories or, the runty lupines being mistaken.
What rumors have you heard? Right now, I'll take any rumors.
That there were a different breed of lupine based on coyotes that lived here. And if you look at the native people's mythologies, it kind of works.
Yeah. Does it say if they were malicious? Do you know if they tend to be more malicious Tarkind or anything? They didn't immediately go for us. They went for the Bali.
The reoccurring thing in the mythology is just trickster.
Yeah.
I guess I should put him down as a mask. I suppose I should minus him off the census list.
Yeah,
now.
definitely minus him off the census. I don't think we'll see Sammy around anymore because we kind of have his face. The mask latex face, not, Anyways,
So so we don't really know what he looked like under that.
not unless he shows up as a were-coyote again.
That's inconvenient.
That is very inconvenient. So just keep an eye out, pass the word around. If you see anyone sniffing around any more than usual, get someone involved. Basically, we're just trying to tighten up security all around on the borders.
Kincaid gets thoughtful. Shoot, what was his deputy's name?
Fudge. I can't remember. It was Kincaid and Miles?
Yeah, Miles was the car guy. Yeah. Miles thought he saw something early this morning.
Something what?
Like a big dog.
I mean, it was mostly humanoid.
Well, no. I mean, Miles has been here when
yeah.
we've had lupine incursions before. He knows what a lupine looks like.
Yeah. I mean, maybe it took another form. I mean, it was acting like a nos, and acting like a human. Maybe it can act like a big dog too.
I'll ask him for more details later.
Yeah. Emma would know what color the fur was on the guy when he was.
On the coyote, yeah, it was the typical coyote color scheme, kind of.
It was. She'll pass that on. It was coyote looking, so I'm guessing maybe coyote looking colors when it was. If it is the same dude. If not, we have even more troubles.
Could do it.
Just get in contact with him or have him give me a call, or any of us a call. Yeah, any of us a call.
It's like, so we were infiltrated. I didn't think the lupines were that smart.
Coyote, trickster.
It must be it.
Theory was that maybe it was looking for a quote-unquote pack, since coyotes typically don't have a pack. Using us as a means to an end to try and get rid of the Bali, we don't know. Either way, we just need to...
Well, if it was just here to fight the Bali, I guess good enough.
Yeah,
Maybe it'll move on.
Let's... Just in case it doesn't, let's just be a little bit extra vigilant on it.
She got nods.
If anyone happens to have, interacted with Sammy that you know of, just see what you can get that they might have told Sammy or Sammy might have told them. I know Rat had one of his talk to Sammy, so I'll see if maybe Walter can get that information.
Okay, both of them tell you they'll ask around. Ada had very little interaction with Sammy.
Yeah, we'll meet up again to, exchange information versus phone, of course. It's just easier.
Yes.
This whole time she had Shiloh there just petting.
They've probably seen Shiloh by this point.
Yeah.
But
yeah, Shiloh's been around.
Anyway, I'm gonna pretend to make some money for a little while.
Okay, yeah. Y'all are kind of split up. Ada goes back
She'll-
into the mall. Or heads back
she'll
towards the mall.
Continue to patrol maybe an area of the domain.
Alright. Oh, it's after 9:30. I didn't realize time had gotten away from us.
It's okay. We have time to skip next week.
This
We
is
have
true.
everybody next week.
Oh yeah, we should. Alright. So, I'm trying to think if there's anything else we need to wrap up now, because we are doing the time skip. This night passes relatively uneventfully.
We would do one.
Yep.
Just one. Just
Uh, I'm having one of the moments where I feel like I'm forgetting something, but I can't think of anything else important. So yeah, we'll wrap here. And then I will let y'all know. We'll start next time with discussing exactly what went down during the month or so time skip. So everybody have an idea of what your character was planning to do, discuss it amongst yourselves, all that jazz.
Yep. If you need a video, feel free to DM me.
Yeah, if you need any questions that I need to answer, just let me know.
Yep.
Hope y'all had fun tonight. I enjoyed it.
We didn't die.
I already sent you what Kyle's up to.
Yes.
Not for not trying.
Some of us tried more than others.
Yeah.
Overachievers.
I enjoyed the Sammy reveal too. I've been looking forward to that.
You. Like I said, I say there's nothing but love and affection in my heart, but you bastard.
Yeah, it worked out pretty well.
Well,
I was so worried that y'all would, spot him
I'm
early.
not sure I've
One of the
insight checked
NPCs.
at least once.
Yeah.
But anyway, hope everybody anybody watching at home enjoyed it. Hope you'll join us next week. If you're looking for more games, check the schedule below. Direbear's got more games. Again, I was your storyteller for the evening, Jason, and with tonight was Jeremy as GDO, Sarah as Emma, Eric as Kyle, and Duba as Walter. And we will see y'all next week.
Bye.